Good morning, everyone. Again, I'm Greg Ennis. I'm the Technical Director of the Wi-Fi Alliance. So I'm going to start talking about Wi-Fi in general, focus in on Wi-Fi in the smart grid, but then talk about some more general issues that we think people should be thinking about as they are planning for the smart grid deployments, in particular smart grid deployments in the homes. So Wi-Fi is obviously an unqualified success. 10% of the world's population uses Wi-Fi. That's 10% of the total world's population, including developing and developed countries. Obviously, when you think about the developed countries, those with significant broadband penetrations, the number of Wi-Fi users is way more than that. I don't think I would be going too far out on a limb to hazard a guess that every one of you in this room is a user of Wi-Fi. I mean, I came here, I just counted, I actually have 4 Wi-Fi devices with me. Probably some of you have multiple Wi-Fi devices with you right now. So why has Wi-Fi been so successful? Well, one of the main reasons is that the industry and the organizations behind Wi-Fi, and the 2 important ones here are IEEE and the Wi-Fi Alliance, have been able to evolve this technology significantly over the past 10 years to increase the raw data rate of this technology by a factor of 60 over the past 10 years while maintaining interoperability. The Wi-Fi devices that were certified many years ago are still interoperable with Wi-Fi devices that are being certified today. They're all able to communicate at a level of interoperability that is held in, that the devices have in common, and yet newer devices obviously are capable of operating at much faster speeds if they're supporting those applications. So looking at Wi-Fi in the smart grid, so Wi-Fi actually plays multiple roles within the smart grid. It's perhaps unique among the various technologies that we're looking at incorporating into the smart grid in that it is applicable to a variety of different scenarios. Obviously, what we normally think of is Wi-Fi in the home environment. It is the incumbent home area network, if you will, today. But Wi-Fi does also have applicability within some of these other communication areas that will be part of the smart grid, including the neighborhood area network, even the wide area network. Wi-Fi can be used in a point-to-point mode. But I'm going to focus today here on Wi-Fi in the home area network. It is the incumbent home area network. It is loved by consumers. I mean, how many technologies can actually say they are loved by consumers? There was actually a poll that was taken of some consumers asking them if they would rather give up chocolate or Wi-Fi. The answer was 70% of them would rather give up chocolate. Not many technologies can really say they're loved by consumers. Why is that important for smart grid? I think it's been very, very interesting just over the past, of course, year to see how the tone of the conversation within the various smart grid conferences has started to change from an emphasis on what do the utilities need, what do utilities need. Oh, now it's let's think about the consumer, let's think about the customer, let's make sure that what we're doing is something that is going to be not only accepted but used and appreciated by the actual residential and business consumers. So I think that actually is an important point. Also important is the fact that Wi-Fi is implemented in such a wide variety of devices, and that's growing significantly every day. In fact, I would hazard a prediction here that not too far in the future, although there's all these other technologies that we all are using and incorporating in our devices, there's probably only one technology that you could point to and say that that's the one that will be in common among all the devices. The devices may end up implementing multiple technologies, but they'll all have something in common that allows them to communicate at some fundamental level. And the technology that is most likely to play that role as we move into the next few years, I think, is pretty clearly Wi-Fi. You're seeing that today with the wide variety of devices that Wi-Fi is being implemented in. That's something I also think is going to be important to the smart grid, because as we get into the real the smart energy home, there's a lot of different types of devices that are going to be involved here, not just the white goods. So another thing about Wi-Fi, it's a mature technology. Wi-Fi, the first Wi-Fi certifications were 10 years ago. The Wi-Fi Alliance just celebrated its 10-year anniversary with an established worldwide certification network. There's 13 labs worldwide that do Wi-Fi certifications. We have certified over 6,000 devices. That dwarfs the numbers for some of the competing technologies that are being discussed for applicability to the smart grid home. And this is not something that is static. The number of certifications that the Wi-Fi Alliance did last year was in excess of 1,400. That represents a 42% increase over the certifications that were done in 2008. 42% increase in certifications year to year. So this is something, it's 10 years old, a mature technology. As I said, the technology has been evolving, but it is continuing to be implemented widely in a wide variety of new types of devices, and is continuing to grow in its penetration out there among the consumers. So let's look more specifically at some of the things that we would point to as benefits of Wi-Fi in the smart grid. Okay, the first is ubiquity. There's over 1 billion devices out there. Already very prevalent in homes and enterprises. Also the metropolitan area networks. Now, those of you might be aware that there were many metropolitan area network trial installations around the world using Wi-Fi as a metropolitan area network. Not all of those were necessarily as successful from a business model point of view, but the technology was certainly proved. And what we're seeing is that many of these installations, many of these metropolitan areas, are now turning to Wi-Fi for their